Have you guys ever thought about just like starting all over? I know we all have those pivotal points in our life where, you know, a relationship ends, a job changes, you decided you want to live in a new space. Like all kinds of things can start to shift and pivot us in different directions in different areas of our lives at different times. What I'm talking about is like the whole enchilada, like cleaning the plate, a fresh start in all areas. What comes up for me when I think about that is a lot of, oh my God, what do I want? I really don't know what I want. What is my life calling me to be in this area and that area? And how can I make those shifts? After not contemplating that for very long at all, I noticed myself becoming completely shut down and completely overwhelmed. I started reaching out to my peers, figuring out what's going on with other folks, and I'm starting to hear the same thing, that there's this sense of like, it's time to start all over, but not starting all over from zero, starting all over from, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I know, this is what I know my life is calling me to be. Now, how do I allow, from an energetic standpoint, all of that to start coming into my life? Because I know I can't manifest it from the mental space. I'm going to need to trust the energy space, something that I'm not totally done this level my whole life. So I thought, hey, started this new YouTube channel. I told you guys at the beginning that I was going to be sharing what happened along the way, no matter what, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. It's what I'm doing, because this is where I'm at in my life, that I'm ready to begin anew and build a life that I know is calling me forth, calling me for this YouTube channel, and calling me forth just as a human being. Like, this is the time. I'm going to be sharing what that looks like, how I'm beginning to start that, and how we can all follow along in case you might have that sort of urge inside of you too, that you're ready to explore what's next for you. When it comes to starting all over, this is the perfect place to be. And I'm so glad that you guys are here. I look forward to it, and we are going to talk about it right after this. If you guys watched last week's video, I came back from the mountains. I was there at Lake Arrowhead with my mastermind group. We meet once a week by, Zoom, and we stay connected through phone. But these retreats are really an opportunity for us to all be in the same space together, because our mastermind is about one thing: raising the level of our vibration. And when you get together with like-minded people doing that same thing, it expands what's going on in your own world. So for me, a lot of stuff came up. I don't really have a lot of ups and downs in my life. It's pretty consistent. Every now and again, something happens. It's like, okay, you're done here and it's time to level up. And I've had this happen in different areas of my life at different times. But something about the last weekend, something about what's going on in the world, something about something has caused this awareness to awaken in me this week that it's time to like look at the whole thing. Like starting all over from scratch, zero, D4, I'm gonna be 55. I've learned quite a few things about life. Like starting all over from this point, like giving myself permission to do that is really kind of exciting, because I know I would not make the same choices as I made before, because I no longer need to learn those lessons about this or that, or about people, or about what I want in my own life. I know that I'm clear enough now to know what that is, and if I don't, the universe will show it to me. So there's really no need to protect myself from it anymore, and really do a deep dive and looking at all the different areas of my life that are important to me and putting in what I want in those areas. I recently started to look this week actually at, on Monday, about what it was that I really wanted in these different areas. And I noticed myself fear coming up, shame of starting all over. Like, what's that about? Like, this is not about a fail. Trust me, starting over is not about a fail. Starting over is the space where it's an acknowledgement of where you're at. It's an acknowledgement that you are feeling your life calling you to be something different. And what comes up is that you just don't know how to do that. Or what's the first step? That's what I was experienced tenfold this week. It was a little overwhelming, and it sort of shut me down because I had never done the whole blank slate, the whole life thing. Area that's working, like when a relationship's working, a career may not be because your focus is over here or that. Something just shifted, and it's like, no, like the whole thing. Reinvent the whole thing. That's what I'm going to start doing. The aha that came to me was this idea about just focusing on one thing. So when I started thinking about all the different areas, I got really, really overwhelmed, and I felt sort of frozen. What came to me was like the cornerstone for everything. You know, when you're on the plane and they tell you, put your own oxygen mask on first, that's sort of the same feeling. And our oxygen mask for human beings is our ability to take care of ourselves. Self-care, self-love. And that starts with us. It's the energy of like, not something that you have to do, but like falling in love with yourself so much that you want to do it. And it's in these subtle things like washing your face before you go to bed. That's a loving act. Keeping your house clean, your car clean, your spaces tight, your body, how you want your body to be. But the energetic part of it, you have complete control of that. And you can design that how you want to feel. Even if you've never experienced it, you can use your imagination to create those energetic spaces that'll now become filled with physical things that when you experience them, that's where the shift happens, is in your experience of life and being with the flow of it. For the next 90 days, I'm going to create that space, that energy space, to dive in and look. I welcome your feedback. I welcome your comments. I'm going through the same experience or maybe blocked in a certain area. Start thinking about this bubble of self-care, this space of self-care. First thing, your number one priority for the next, you need 90 days to create a habit, but you also have to integrate it, you have to fail, and you have to continue to do it, and that takes 90 days. You just need that focus, have the highest chance of becoming sustainable in your life. I'm here to help, other people are here to help, is creating content every week to help us master our energy, and in mastering our energy, I'm deleting a lot of stuff and starting all over. Hope all of that made sense or a part of it and opened the door to a conversation, or maybe gave you permission to just okay, I'm gonna start all over. It may not be in your whole life, it may be just in one area, but I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna be scared today, and just see what happens. So here we go, more of the journey. I'm so glad you guys are here for this part of it, and this is the time where we can really show off and let the universe know what this humanity can produce. We can produce more of love than we have for the past umpteen million years of fear. Time to start this world's for love. Just imagine all the people. We will see you guys on the next one.